Those who can't remember the past are condemned to repeat it. And nowhere is that truer than in startup land.
Hi, I'm Marc Randolph, co-founder of Netflix and 6 other companies. Over the years, I've heard that will never work thousands of times, but I've learned there are things we all can do to increase the chances that they will. So join me for That Will Never Work.
I'm not knocking you. I'm going, you've done the thing which is a great entrepreneur does, is you see a big problem. Mm-hmm. You go, this is ridiculous. 10% for just taking bets, which you're just laying off against the other side? You're not taking any risk? I mean, what? You're big bookmakers? No, you're just basically going, holy shit, well, I said 7, but everyone's betting on 3. I got to shift them. In other words, you're going, this is ridiculous that someone's willing to charge this much money for a service. So you're doing the exact right thing as an entrepreneur as you're jumping in and going, wait a minute, there's got to be a better way. Love that. But first thing is recognizing
always a but.
Oh, it's always a but. You're probably not the first person to have recognized that flaw.
Yeah.
I was going to use the word punter, and I go, I'm going to sound like I'm out of like an 1890s Elizabethan musical. Every bettor has probably gone, this is ridiculous. There's got to be a better way. So I've certainly heard a lot of people say that. And I've heard a lot of people say, why do we need Vegas? Let's just connect two people and let them bet each other. I've heard that idea a bunch. Mm-hmm. I've seen a bunch of companies which are saying, no, Vegas doesn't get it. They're all about, smoke-filled rooms and football games and horse racing, and esports is where it's at. Or it's betting on how many times Simon Cowell's going to rip him a new one on, there's infinite things we can bet on, and people don't get. So I've heard those ideas before. I mean, I haven't heard the content because I thought that was self-evident that almost every betting app comes with content about the sports that are being betted on. But I'm willing to accept this and all. So in other words, I'm saying all these things is that I'm kind of looking for what's the novel approach, because to quote, was it George Santayana? I guess it is. Not Carlos Santana, who said, if you can't remember those who can't remember the past are condemned to repeat it. And nowhere is that truer than in startup land. Meaning, if you really don't, you've got to back yourself up. And I know I'm taking you back. You're already a year into this. So I'm saying things that I probably could have said to you at the very beginning. But if you don't stop yourself and go, okay, I see there's a flaw here, and ask yourself, honestly, am I really the first person who's thought of these things? And don't ask yourself the big, big question, which is, why doesn't this exist already? And if you don't understand that, well, you're going to find out why it doesn't exist already after you've spent a year and after you've spent your, what was it, $500,000 you've raised? $100,000 you've raised? I can't remember.
Yep, 100,000 to date.
So you're going to find those things out after you've spent the $100,000 and after you spent a year working on it. And I'm just saying that whenever you're working on something which strikes you as being not particularly novel, really, really dangerous. Not saying don't do it, but man, you had better be wide open, because if you don't know in advance why the peer-to-peer companies are struggling, why out of the 671 people that I know about alone who have tried to get a peer-to-peer idea to work and it hasn't worked, if you don't know why it hasn't worked and why it's so difficult, you're going to find out.